Welcome to Nintendo K channel. I am Danny. Today is the second installment of Nintendo K Retro. It is a new series in my channel where I explain to you the various tips and tricks of collecting. So I've been collecting over 7 years, and I think I have amassed a collection that I'm very proud of that I can probably contribute to you guys. If you're interested in collecting, it's a very rewarding hobby, and it's something that you might want to get into, write down some notes. Obviously there's so many things that I can probably express to you guys over the years that avoid the mistakes that I have. But of course, if you guys already saw the thumbnail itself, one of the most proud piece of my collection is this piece right here. Is this Virtual Boy that was one of items that I gathered by accident. Like, I was actually in a store and I just realized that it was right there at a EB Games. I believe it was Electronics Boutique. It is GameStop now. They bought them over, but I remember when they piled it up, it was actually for $10. It's actually $9.99 plus tax. I was like, oh yeah, why not? It was actually one of Nintendo's most, I should say, least successful systems ever released. It was, I think it was only 800,000 systems shipped out, and it was released actually only within 1 year. It just totally got discontinued. So it was Nintendo's probably one of the least successful systems. And with that, as a collector, obviously, at the time I wasn't thinking about collecting the Virtual Boy, but I said, why not? It was a very great novelty. It's first time Nintendo getting to 3D, and with the goggles. I mean, people take it for granted now with the VR that we see today. But nonetheless, knowing that nobody wanted this system at the time, I said, you know what, maybe I could grab it. And even to this day, now that I realized I only got it for $10, this system goes for a lot more complete in box. It has everything in there. You have the system, the stand, the manual, even the game in there is actually Mario's Tennis is inside there. So it really is amazing to know that I was able to get it. But the tip is, the biggest thing I can tell you guys is obviously go for games and systems that people do not actually looking for. A lot of times people are like, oh, they want to collect the latest games. This is fine, but you just have to be aware it is that you go for premium, because a lot of people are actually searching for it, and obviously that brings up the price. It's all about supply and demand. And of course, over time I collected various things in my entire collection for cheap. For example, if you go onto my portable section here, this is where I was able to get a lot of the games pretty affordable. The things that most people do not realize, you go for a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance, even the DS. Many people are not looking for actively at the moment. So with that, you can actually get a complete in-box set of every game that you want for pretty much around $20 to $30. Some of them go more, obviously, the more rare titles, but overall, you can get them very pristine condition, and they're a great way to play for the cheap. It's actually a great way to collect. I'm still currently collecting for it. If you go on this side here, and if you notice, I have a GameCube collection. This GameCube I don't really recommend at the moment. At the time when the Wii came out, that was when I was looking for games for the GameCube. Because people, when they went to the Wii, they're not really looking for the GameCube. That's my emphasis again for the tips, is you look for games that no one's are really actually collecting for or looking for. They're actually getting rid of the GameCube games when the Wii came out. And that's brought over to the Wii. When the Wii U came out, the Wii was, a lot of people just donated their games, or just sold it back to GameStop or any secondhand dealers, and that's where my collection for the Wii came to be. So I mean, I can get like two or three games for like $20. Some even better deals than that, and some of them I got like for $5. So just imagine all these games. It doesn't cost me all that much because I was patient and very waiting for the right opportune moment when a new system comes out, and this is what the games I was able to collect for the cheap. So of course, now moving over to the more modern current generation, that leads to the Nintendo Wii U. What the Wii U is, what's great about it is, now that everyone's focused on the Nintendo Switch, nobody's looking for the Nintendo Wii U. So right now, I think this is the right opportune moment to collect for the Wii U. There's tons of amazing games. Obviously, you have the Legend of Zelda HD remasters like the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. And of course, there is really great gems in there like Super Mario 3D World that hasn't been ported to the Nintendo Switch yet. So this is right now, my recommendation to you guys is to collect for the Wii U. It still has its gems in there, and down the line it may be something that you guys look forward to, you know, like, but at least I'm happy to collect the Wii U collection. And of course, again, the tip for the day is obviously collect for something, a game or system that many people are not looking for, and you can actually build a very respectable collection for the cheap or on a budget. So every game has a story. The Virtual Boy definitely has a story for myself, and I'm very proud to have that. I hope you enjoy my story. If you have any story of yourselves, leave it down below in the comments. I'm really interested to hear it. It's always fascinating to hear your story and your collection as well. So please remember, Nintendo K Retro is a new series on my channel. I did put the first episode out. Be sure to check it out. Kind of get an idea of going from step to step, where you can gather all the tips that I be putting together in the playlist. So check that out. I really appreciate that. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to Nintendo Kid. That's always helpful. And I'll catch you again in the next episode.